So we're going to hear for our final speaker is Vikki Lax. She is promoting and working with others on a global campaign, Primark Don't Go Alone. Vikki is an activist and a campaigner focused on protecting sex-based rights of women and girls, currently campaigning to get Primark, which is a fashion retailer, to reinstate single-sex changing rooms. So thank you so much, Vikki, and over to you.
I joined a couple of weeks ago, and things have moved on somewhat since then, and I suppose the trepidation is I thought it was bad, and it is absolutely horrendous what I'm hearing about Primark. Some of it, I'm afraid, I'm not in a position to share. So just a little bit of a quick recap. So in 2015, Primark, who are a fast fashion chain, their main demographic is women and young women. It's a young demographic, but they are broadening out now into the menopause range and a post-breast cancer range. Don't be fooled by what you hear people saying that they are not in competition in the UK with M&S. These guys are driving the footfall in the UK to the high street. They are investing when nobody else is. So there's a lot of kind of classism that we're seeing, particularly in the UK, about Primark, but don't kind of be fooled by that. They are really in a very dominant position in terms of the changing face of the high street, particularly in the UK. Obviously, I can't speak for the other 13 geographies that they trade in. So in 2015, they allowed transgender customers to try clothes on in whichever changing room they wanted to, but there were still complaints from people who weren't happy with that. So they went fully gender neutral, in their words, in 2019. There are well-documented cases dating back to 2007 of male sexual violence taking place in their stores and in their changing rooms. Some of them, certainly since I last spoke, have come to light. One that's being publicised most recently is a woman who was in a Stratford store, happily changing some clothes on, and then a group of men decide that they'll just draw the curtain back on her. Primark offered her a £10 voucher. So we are hearing, there are young women posting again on TikTok. We're hearing about incidents in Doncaster. We're hearing about numbers of incidents in Sheffield, in London, in Scotland. So this is very well documented and very, very concerning. So they've gone on a little bit of a performative, we're going women only. It isn't women only. I'm really sorry, but to any woman who thinks that it's women only, when we have been told by head office and by the staff on the ground that a man who identifies as a woman is going to be allowed in, it isn't women only. I think it is fair to say, I've been into a number of Primark stores, as have other women. The women there are holding the line. They know what they're managing, they know the risks, and they are working incredibly hard to protect women and girls, but it shouldn't be up to them. It shouldn't be up to shop floor staff to police and manage a reckless and a dangerous policy. So Primark are well aware of what's going on. As an aside, Primark are owned by a company called Associated British Foods, who in turn are owned by Whittington Investments Limited, who in turn are owned by majority shareholding by the Garfield Weston Trust. That trust is set up by the Weston family, who come from Canada. These people, they can't say they don't know what's going on, even if it's only me writing to them, because they do. They are just choosing to not answer. And they think that it's okay to offer women £10 when men harass them sexually in their mixed sex changing rooms. We know, pretty much what I've said here. We know what's going on. They know what's going on. They are choosing to not respond. I am in communication with somebody at Primark. We will see where that goes, but I'm afraid it feels a little bit more performance than substantive, particularly when the member of staff that I talked to in her initial letter to me, she described some of these incidents as antisocial behaviour. I don't really have the words to describe what I think about that, but I'm sure you can, mainly because I don't want to have too many things cut out of what I'm saying. The other thing I would say, and we are working on this, because sometimes you start off with something and you see where it goes. There's no consistent format of stores for Primark. So what we have been told, and I guess I need to ask women to trust me on this, but I can't name the people who contact me for very obvious reasons. But we are being told in some stores, they have the men's and the children's changing room on one floor and the women on the other. So we are being told by managers at Primark that female staff are being abused by men when these female staff try and stop men following children into the changing rooms.